Okay, moving on to 13.7 functions with radicals. There's a few different skills you're going to have to learn in this section. One of them is shown in number 1 here, where we just kind of reviewed that this is a function, and we read this: g of x is equal to the cube root of 2x minus 4. And then we're going to find g of 14, and the instructions in the problem say to write it in simplified form. So we remember this is the input value, so we're just going to put that in for x here, and then we're going to simplify the problem. So we have the cube root of 22 times 14 minus 4, and we have the cube root of 28 minus 4, which is 24. And then since it says simplified form, we want to break this down into the cube root of 8 and the cube root of 3. And we have 2 cube roots of 3. Okay, so remember, spot the word simplified. We don't want to write it as a decimal if they say simplified form. And I pre-filled in some of the work on these problems to keep it a little shorter. What this problem is asking is for 4 points and then to draw a sketch of the graph. We can think of this function as y for our Cartesian coordinate system here, and then we have our input value of x, and we can pick some input values here. Now, I looked on my TI-84 and found ones that worked out nicely, so you could enter this function into y1 on your TI-84. And if you enter that into y1, then you can use the table feature to try to find some points, and you can find some good videos on YouTube about how to do that. Or email me if you have questions. But when you input -4 here, you get 0. And then you input -2, you have 2 times -2, which is -4. And then the square root of that. And you can check these out when you put them in here. They're going to produce these points here. And then putting 14 in, you get 6. Okay. So if we plot those points now, we could go to -4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, and then -2, 2, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just drawing a rough sketch. 4, and then 14, 6 is going to be kind of way out here and up here, so we kind of get an idea of what this is going to look like. It's going to look like this. I missed this point here, but that's the square root function, and you can look at that on Desmos also. Remember, good graphing tool, okay? And then this last one here, I did most of it for us, but again, I looked at it on a TI-84. I put this in for Y1 on the TI-84, and then I went to the table feature and found some nice points that were not decimals in the table feature, and then drew a rough sketch of the picture. Okay, you could also, to get a rough sketch of this, you could look at Desmos, and Desmos can also, if you mess around with Desmos a little, it has a table feature also. So remember, you have some input values, and then you have your output values. And how do you choose these input values? You could pick whatever you want, but it's nice to just use some technology and maybe use the table feature so you can find nice, clean points that don't involve decimals.